This is a short video to tell you about renting private student accommodation. If you're renting from a private landlord or letting agent, find out whether your property needs to be licensed. Read any tenancy agreement carefully, and if you're not happy, seek advice immediately. Remember that as a student you have the same rights as any private tenant. Does your landlord need a licence? If you live with friends, check with the local authority to see if your landlord needs to get a house in multiple occupation or HMO licence for your property. Your house must be specially licensed as a house in multiple occupation if it has 5 or more unrelated people sharing and 3 or more stories. Some local authorities may choose to license houses with smaller numbers of occupants or stories. This licence requires landlords to be capable managers and to ensure the house is occupied by a limited number of people. Checking the right property is for you. Once you've found a suitable place to rent, most landlords and letting agents will need you to pay a deposit, and they also ask for a guarantor before they draw up a contract. They may also ask you to pay your rent in advance. Don't hand over any money until you've had a good look around the property. Check for obvious signs of disrepair, damp, badly fitting doors or windows, or anything that could compromise your security. It might also help to take someone else with you to get their views on the property. Paying a deposit. Landlords often ask for a deposit to cover missing rent or damage to the property. Always get a written receipt for money paid to a landlord or a letting agent. Ask your landlord if they will provide an inventory of the contents of the house, including kitchen goods such as the kettle and toaster. Your deposit should be returned to you if all fees have been settled and the property has not been damaged beyond normal wear and tear. If you feel that it's being withheld unfairly, see our other video, Deposits and the Law, and how to get paid 3 times your deposit, for tips on getting your deposit back. Guarantors. Your landlord may ask students to provide a guarantor who agrees to cover costs if you don't pay the rent or cause significant damage to the property. A guarantor will usually be a parent or guardian. If you have a joint tenancy, any guarantor will also be jointly liable for overdue rent or damage caused by other tenants. Guarantors can try and limit their liability by writing it into their guarantor agreement. To do this, seek independent legal advice. For more information on guarantors, see our other video, How to Rent Student Accommodation. Tenancy agreements. Tenancy agreements help to protect your rights as a tenant and outline what your obligations will be. Whatever your type of tenancy, read any paperwork involved carefully before you agree to move in or sign any written agreements. For information, see the Types of Tenancy Agreement video. Your responsibilities. Whatever type of agreement you sign, you will be required to look after your property in a reasonable way. For example, emptying bins and keeping the house clean and tidy. Further information can be found in landlord and tenant obligations. If you break any terms of a tenancy agreement, for example, if you cause damage to the property or fall behind with your rent, your landlord may be entitled to begin eviction proceedings against you. This could include having people to stay for long periods of time if you are living in a licensed house in multiple occupation. Check to see if the agreement limits the number of people allowed to live in the property. Problems after you have moved in. Find out about repairs and maintenance and what to do if one of your housemates leaves you in the lurch in problems with rented student accommodation. Thank you for watching.